viewers, in this video we'll be looking at how do arbitral tribunals find out the purpose behind the regulatory measures. So generally the tribunal will look at the objectives of the regulatory measure as understood from the content of the measure that is available on records, as well as it looks at other evidence. But if we see all the regulatory measures enacted by the government, it will be for some or the other public purpose. So therefore, most arbitral tribunals have recognized that just because a regulatory measure is taken for a public purpose, outrightly it doesn't get an immunity from being reviewed by the arbitral tribunal. In fact, if we look at Saluka case, in this case Saluka versus Czech Republic, the tribunal have spelt out actually the problem with taking such an approach. That is, Saluka tribunal stated that how do we identify what are the measures that are taken for public purpose. So Saluka tribunal stated that the international law is yet to clearly, comprehensively and definitively identify what are the measures that can be considered to be permissible or commonly accepted. In other words, the measures that we can say to flow from the exercise of states' police powers and consequently non-compensable, or if the measure is something that deprives a foreign investor of use and enjoying the benefit of the foreign investment, thereby consequently being compensable measures. So what Saluka tribunal stated was the international law is yet to draw a bright and clearly distinguishable line between non-compensable measures and compensable measures. So after identifying the problem, the problem of uncertainty that currently exists, then the Saluka tribunal also looked at the objective behind the measure. If we look briefly at the facts of this case is that, Saluka was an investor in Czech Republic and it was a Dutch subsidiary of the Japanese Nomura Financial Group. And the investor owned a bank in Czech Republic, IBP. IBP was considered to be one of the biggest banks in Czech Republic and was part of the big four. There were four big banks in Czech Republic and it was one of them. IBP was actually, Saluka came to acquire IBP when it was fully privatized in 1998. Other three banks, the major players, they were not fully privatized and were still owned by the government. And when there was a financial crisis because of the bad debt problem, Czech Republic extended support to other three banks and not to IBP, and also put IBP under forced administration in 2000 as well. So the investor filed an investment dispute against Czech Republic, and here the tribunal had to review the regulatory measure. So then the tribunal looked at the objective for enacting the regulatory measure and made a statement that unless there is compelling and clear evidence that the regulatory measure was taken for some other purpose and all of that other factors played an important role, then the tribunal will accept the justification given by the Czech regulatory authority. And it again stated that since it accepted the Czech regulatory position, so therefore it sort of concluded that the regulatory measure was taken in the public interest. So here we can see that the Saluka tribunal wanted contrary evidence against the justification provided by the regulatory authority. In other case, EDF versus Romania, in this case also we can see how the tribunal looked at the objective behind the regulatory measure. In this case, what had happened was there was this investor who had invested in duty-free shops in Romanian airports, and Romania took a government emergency ordinance and cancelled the license of duty-free shops in order to combat corruption. And since the license were cancelled, the investor was not able to carry out the business and had to close down the duty-free shop. Now the investor stated that this measure was taken only to oust the investor, because the investor was the biggest player or biggest service provider in the entire duty-free operation. So that was a claim of the investor. So the tribunal actually had to look into the objective for Romania to enact this measure, and the tribunal looked at the complex procedure that was undertaken for enacting the ordinance and other instruments by the Romanian government. And then the tribunal concluded that actually the measure was taken for public purpose and it was a legitimate regulatory measure, because and then it went ahead to apply the proportionality test after looking at the objective of the measure, and it stated that if we look at the effect that it had on the foreign investor, the tribunal stated that it's not even proportional. The public purpose of the measure was on the higher side. So why the tribunal concluded that it could easily set off, the public purpose of the measure could easily set off against the adverse effect on the investor, was that the investor's operation in only one of the airports was affected, in Cantona Airport, and this measure was applied even in airports where the investor did not have any business as well. Right. So there. So we can clearly see how EDF tribunal, in EDF versus Romania, the EDF tribunal looked at this particular aspect of the objective behind the regulatory measure, then applied a proportionality test, and then it said that the public purpose of the regulatory measure on the one hand is on the higher scale compared to the adverse effect on the investor, which where only the investor's operation in one of the airports was affected. So basically, this is how the tribunal interpreted UK Romania BIT, because the investor was a British corporation, and applied a weighing and balancing approach after looking at the objective behind the regulatory measure.